What's up, everybody? It's Dave here with Comics Games Life, and I've just finished my 6 months here on YouTube, and I'm about a week and a half late with this video. I like to give these monthly updates on the 23rd of every month since I started this channel on November 23rd. But just like you saw in my last video, about month 5, I've been very, very busy. And I thought in April it would have ended there, but the month of May has been pretty much the same thing with some added extras. So in the month of May, I mean, there's graduations, there's families flying all over the place. My workload is still the same. I actually got injured, which kind of put me out on the sideline for a little bit. So I was just dealing with all that. And finally, now that it's all kind of wrapped up and summer is starting, I'm looking forward to jumping back into the mix as far as creating content. But before I go into that, I just want to quickly go over my stats as far as they were last week on the 23rd of May. So I was at about 215 subscribers. I had 18 shorts and 13 videos. The videos, the view count was about 15,000. Yeah, about 15,000. Short views were about 39,000, and I was sitting around about 910 watch hours. So there's a little bit upward mobility during this past month. I was only able to get one video out. I mean, it was a short. That's how busy I was. And that short actually did really, really well. So thank you to all those who watched it and shared it and liked it. I really do appreciate that. So as you saw in my last video, I was incredibly exhausted. If you go back and watch it, you can tell by my cadence, the way I spoke, my eyes, everything about me was exhausted. And during that time, I feel like I lost a little bit of my identity when it came to this channel. I felt I was wanting to move in different directions, but I felt everything I tried, like nothing was, the timing was off. And I felt like every time I tried something new, I felt like I was pulling away of my original idea for this channel. And after really kind of looking back and just, you know, seeing how things go, like I really do want to get back to why I started this channel in the first place. So I've been into comic books and video games and board games and card games since I was in single digits. My older brother, he actually got me into this whole realm of fantasy and superheroes. And since then, it's just been a nonstop roller coaster ride. And what I want to do is for my kids, as I've raised them, I brought them into this world as well. But what I wanted to do was to create this YouTube channel as sort of an archive where I can talk about characters and their stories. I could talk about, you know, things that happen in video games and video game characters, evolution of some iconic characters like Mario and Sonic and things like that. And I want to have it like documented and archived on this channel so they can go back and relearn or enjoy and, you know, share with their friends or eventually their kids, you know, this knowledge that, you know, I've kind of, you know, gathered up over the years. And it's that was like my basis. That's what I wanted to do. And, I know with adding some other elements like news and things like that, it did change it a little bit. Because unlike, character biographies and story arcs and reviews, that stuff is pretty much timeless. But when it comes to the news, I mean, once you learn about something, you kind of quickly forget it and it becomes unimportant, after a certain amount of time has passed. But, again, that's kind of part of my passion too, is like, I want to learn as much about, you know, what the companies are doing, what they're trying to improve upon, the mistakes that they're making, all those things. I want to talk about it and share it because, you know, if we don't learn from history, we're just going to repeat those same mistakes in the past. And there's plenty of people online and on other YouTube channels and other various forms of media who are doing just that. And I'm just pretty much throwing my voice into the mix. And at least along with the current events and the things that are happening in the world of escapism. But I really want to nail back down. I'm still going to do that, but I really want to focus on creating content in the way of lore. So that's what I'm going to spend a lot of time doing in the up and coming months. I will touch on some news aspects here and there, but I think that that's where my my initial passion is. And I also want to do reviews on some older stuff and some newer stuff, kind of going back and forth between exactly how I want to portray that on the channel. But this is all still a learning process. Like, I knew I'm 6 months in. I figured a year in, that's when I kind of have exactly my rhythm and how I want to do things and how I balance things and how often I put out. A year is what I kind of gave myself to be really solidified in my routine. So about halfway there. I wished I was a little bit further along than I am. But at the same time, I am surprised at the views and the subscribers thus far. That's totally blown me away. So I just want to say that I appreciate every single one of you out there who subscribed. I appreciate all those who have watched, who have liked, who have shared, who have put comments. I thank you so much for taking the time to just enjoy what I put out there. I also want to say one thing is that all this that we have, superheroes and D&D and Magic the Gathering and all this stuff that's being put out there. At one point, it was a niche thing. It wasn't in pop culture the way it is now. And it's pretty awesome to be a part of it back then and to see where it's come now. But at the same time, kind of groan and moan at the way that these big companies are taking advantage of that, just using these as cash cows and stripping away some of the best aspects of these forms of entertainment, and just so they can put it out to the masses and, make a buck. And then the fans who have been in this for such a long time kind of feel like they've been pushed on the back burner, or, it's a double-edged sword, because the more money they make, the more content they put out. But if the content is rubbish, then it's like, we don't want that. We want good stuff. Like, we don't need, 10 Marvel movies every year. We don't need, 2 or 3 Star Wars movies every year. Got to spread out the love, make people want it, make people appreciate it. Take your time with it and treat it correctly and treat it right. And, I'm looking forward to, Deadpool and Wolverine coming out. Pretty stoked about that. It's pretty much about it. That's all I really wanted to share with you all this month. Last thing, don't forget to, when I said all that, all this money being made off of these franchises or off of these IPs, the trickling down hasn't quite, made it or isn't making it to the small mom and pop, comic and game shops out there. So make sure that when you go out there and you purchase these books and you purchase these cars and you purchase these games, that you do so in those places, because you can't talk shop with someone at Walmart. You can't play Magic and Flesh and Blood or Pokemon at Target. So, as much as possible, don't spend your money there. I get it. It's cheaper. It can be cheaper, but, we're the only ones going to be keeping these comic and game shops alive. No one else is going to come in and support them the way that we do. And I'm not saying go broke, but if you can, if you can't, just going out and spreading the word about your, local LGS or comic shop, bring people in, even if you can't spend money there, even just hanging out and just being just an awesome person for as other people come in and, just help out the shop, just all that stuff. There's so many different cool things that you can do to help out, that I believe that I'm sure these, shop owners who work day in and day out to keep the doors open and lights on, for us to enjoy these places, helping them out as much as possible is a big part of this. I feel it's how we give back, in a way that we can give back. It's just the way that, we'd like the world to work, we get and we give, we get, we give, and just kind of keep that, circle of harmony going. So, with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you out there, like I'm pretty sure I said before in this video. And I look forward to talking to you guys real soon.